Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 215.
215.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mousefan Travel. They are Disney and Universal specialists, but they can book all over the world. And they will always watch, let's say you book with them a Disney trip, they'll always look and see if they can get a better deal for you. And also you can sign up for their e-newsletter to get the latest Disney deals delivered to your inbox.
I like a better deal.
I always like the better deal, yes.
Is good. And also the allears.net weekly newsletter.
This is a free weekly newsletter, over 900 issues so far, which is amazing to me.
We'll get there soon enough.
I don't think so. This week, their feature article focuses on how young adults can afford a trip to Walt Disney World.
Money.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's a little more in depth than that. And also their coverage of the Epcot International Festival of the Arts continues with a look at the living statues appearing in Disney World. They have full coverage of the Disney California Adventure Lunar New Year celebration.
That sounds really interesting,
I know.
too.
I wish we had one. And the return of the Main Street Electrical Parade, meaning that left us and went to Disneyland. And Run Disney expert Laura Gilbreth shares her report on the Disneyland Star Wars Half Marathon weekend.
Tons of great information. Check out the show notes for full information on how to subscribe.
And we are heading to Disney's Animal Kingdom park. We wanted to use Jeff's birthday $25 at the Landry's Yak Yeti,
That's
which
right.
is always a great deal.
We'll be getting into that. We did check out the pass holder entrance. Every week we've kind of been updating on how that goes, and there's a little hello from security there. Unfortunately, you could see the pass holder entrance here is the longest line, which sometimes it is. But even though it's the longest line, sometimes it's still the fastest because everyone sort of knows how to go through.
I didn't
Not
use
this
it.
time,
I didn't use it. I went to another line.
Well, you were smart.
I
also went to another line. All right, let's quickly talk about Pandora, the world of Avatar. This is what it looks like currently.
Well, this isn't the whole thing. Like, this is
all you can see.
This is one. No, you can see a little more. This is one of the floating rocks, which we've seen for a couple of years now.
And here's the parking lot exit view also, which kind of looks like a face, somebody said, which is sort of true.
No, I thought that would look like a face as well. Pandora's scheduled to open in summer 2017. From all looks of it, maybe we're looking at late May, but you know, things change, just like Rivers of Light hasn't opened yet, and that was due in April.
Summer's a big window.
Right.
So it was actually a pretty busy day at Animal Kingdom, and we went to Yak Yeti with no reservation.
Well, with the Landry's card, not only if you pay $25 for the Landry's card, then every year you get a birthday reward of $25. Mm-hmm. Plus you get that $25 back as far as you can use it at the restaurant. So you're already starting really, really good. And then you get the priority seating.
And priority seating really worked well because there was, it must have been at least a 30 to 40 minute wait.
At least.
And they got us in within about 5 minutes, which actually is longer than usual. Most of the time it's within 1 minute.
Right. And also like the manager will come around and talk to you. I mean,
it's a great deal.
It's a really terrific offer.
Highly recommend that. Anyway, we started with a Safari Amber beer, and you found out something I did not even know about the Safari Amber.
Well, the Safari Amber is from Anheuser-Busch.
It sounds so exotic.
And it's made for Walt Disney World.
And we decided to split a salad and also a soup.
Wonton
soup, right.
Right. So we had the house salad and wonton soup because it was cheaper than other appetizers, and actually we kind of liked this better than some of the other appetizers.
Right.
So they're pretty decent portion sizes, and then we split those before the entrees.
Right. Standard everything. Although the wonton soup really is a very generous size. It's quite good.
I know. I actually like it a lot. And then you get, I don't even know what you call those on the side, but they're good.
Oh, the
Crispies.
The Crispies, yeah. Speaking of Crispies, I had the duck. Tell me about the duck.
Well, I don't know that much about the duck, except it's called back to pour duck, and you usually get something different. So I was like, well, why don't you at least try the duck?
Something. And look at it was a very generous portion. The duck was great. I liked the sauce that came on it. It was very spicy. So it was quite good and very filling. I mean, you can't tell from this video clip, but that's a lot of duck. That's like a half duck right there.
And then I always get the chicken tikka masala, at least for the last few years since they introduced it. And this is also a nice size portion. I ended up bringing part of this home. It comes with the bread, and also it's just very good, and I just throw the rice in there, and then it was nice having it for lunch the next day.
It really was. So great time as always. Again, the Landry's card saved the day because otherwise we never would have gotten in so easily. Always a good time at Yak and Yeti. Now we're going to talk about Everest here. Actually, we're going to talk about the seating area in front of Everest,
Well, for
which has
Rivers
been
of
open.
Light.
Yes, the Rivers of Light seating area.
Right, and this is on the Discovery River. I don't know if they call it the Discovery River Lagoon, but Rivers of Light was supposed to open last April, but now at least the seating area has been open up for guests to, relax before their Everest Fast Pass, or just, this was actually a very busy day at the park, so
It helped to have it
did.
open.
Although these are not comfortable seats, so I'm surprised so many guests.
Well, I dispute what you're saying that they're not comfortable seats, because in this next scene here, these guests seem very comfortable.
Well, I wouldn't be napping there. We did sit for a couple of minutes. But anyway, Rivers of Light is coming here eventually.
It says soon.
Soon.
The website says soon.
It says soon, and I thought it was interesting because it says it's a 15-minute show. If you look at the Disney website, you'll probably...
I thought it was longer somehow, but that's interesting.
For some reason, I thought it was longer as well. So we'll see whenever it does open.
Yes, we will be there. We will cover it.
And actually, this is a good time to check out and see what's comfortable in those seats if we can find
find a good
spot.
seat. That's it. Stake out your spot. Speaking of staking out, though, next we are at Disney Springs. They have a brand new balloon here, the Characters in Flight balloon.
No characters.
But no characters. It kind of reminds me of the color of the Disneyland Paris 25th anniversary, so who knows?
That's what Aerophile, or the Disney, the Panamagique from Paris said, no, we're not changing our balloon. That's what they said to me on Twitter. But it does look like that. The funny thing is, like, if you look at the Disney site, they still talk about the characters that are in the balloon. It's very pretty. It's lacking in Tinkerbell, and
it's lacking in characters.
It's lacking in characters.
But it's still a great,
okay.
I mean, we always enjoy the ride.
I do.
Let's talk some Paddlefish.
Now, Paddlefish, this is very exciting because they're actually going to be opening on Friday, February 4th. We were invited to preview it on the 3rd, and reservations open up on the 6th. They're going to be seafood, very seafood heavy, but they have options for those who want steak and other land options as well.
We just happened to be there when they were installing the bell out front and all sorts of activity going on. So it was quite cool. Look at this. They even have the wheel there. The wheelhouse has a wheel. I could just see Mickey up there staring.
I know. Every time Jeff sees the boat now.
Steamboat Mickey,
yes, that's what he says. It's like Steamboat Willie.
And it even has a paddle.
Well, I don't think a paddle
wheel, of course. Yes.
And I don't think it had it in the last incarnation. But we're really looking forward next Friday to get inside.
So now we're going to move on to Disney's Hollywood Studios. We hadn't been there in a while, and we went and checked it out the other day.
So I don't know what our original purpose, we just haven't been here in a while.
We just haven't been there. We're going to take a look at the, we haven't seen this
here
either. This is the dedication plaque, May 1st, 1989, by Michael Eisner, then president of the Walt Disney Company.
So we're going to be looking in a minute, this isn't like Walt. It used to be that I thought it was Walt Disney.
We've seen the real one in Hollywood. Or no, in Burbank. The real one's in Burbank.
I forgot about that.
So for some reason, they had the characters, they had a bunch of the classic characters out around the park. And I think that was great, unannounced, and, gave a nice opportunity to meet them.
Well, you had Donald here, and they're all in their regular outfits.
Regular attire? Or no outfits?
Or no outfit, yeah. Like Chip and Dale here don't have a particular costume. But Goofy's out, and I'm sure some of the other ones were out as well, and we didn't see them.
And I think that's just what do they call it? Surprise and delight?
I don't know if it's because, some of the park is closed right now, so that could be a lot of it.
So we went over to the Muppet Courtyard here, and this is the first time we've seen the fountain has been changed to a planter. And, everyone had been saying that the fountain may come back because there's water issues because of the Star Wars, but I'm seeing irrigation. Obviously, there's got to be water to irrigate this fountain. So I don't know, maybe the fountain won't come back. I guess we shall see what happens with that.
I think we've seen it. I mean, when Pizza Rizzo opened, I think it was like this, but we haven't really thought about it one way or the other because we were focused on the pizza restaurant. So,
but the word was it supposedly is coming back. And
well,
it was
we'll see.
Taken away because of water issues. So interesting indeed. Here's a great view of the Star Wars land construction. What you're seeing here, where those trees are, we're also going to see from the other side of that wall later on. That's the wall over by the exit of Toy Story Midway Mania. Look at this, though. Big giant holes in the ground. All sorts of activity going on for Star Wars land.
And no year has been announced for it yet. And so, I mean, I'm thinking at least like 3 years away on this, at least.
Are you thinking California's incarnation of Star Wars land to open first? Or do you think they'll open at the same year?
I thought that California, because they seem to get the jump on it and, they've been working so hard on it, they could be first. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Here's the other side of the wall where Star Wars land will be. And maybe some of this area will be Toy Story land too, which also is going to be it'll be to the right of this, but that's where it's supposed to be.
Well, Star Wars land and Toy Story land each will have 2 attractions each, which isn't like a ton. So hopefully they'll be able to handle a lot of guests.
When you say 2 attractions for Toy Story land, does that include Midway Mania or?
Oh, no, I don't. Well, that's
2 new attractions?
2 new attractions.
Okay, I just want to double check.
Slinky Dog Dash, which is the family roller coaster, and then the Alien Swirling Saucers, which I think
it's like the Mater's.
I think it's going to be like Mater's, so we'll see.
That's with the little blue top there. That would be the.
Is there a restaurant down there as
well? Supposedly. So, and here's we should have asked the army man here, although he never talks. I don't think
he's going to tell you anything.
But again, it was nice to see the characters out in full force here. Now, this is going to be the entrance to Toy Story Land. It's actually being built on the other side of Midway Mania, on the other side of the sound stages. So that's where the majority of that will be. That's where the roller coaster will be, and the other ride that you just mentioned.
I don't know if Pixar Place is going to still be there at all anymore. I don't know how that's going to be handled.
And of course, because we went on the original Tower of Terror.
Well, the one in California is changing to Guardians of the Galaxy. Hopefully I hope this one stays the same.
They've said it will not change.
But, things do change. Eventually almost everything changes, at least to some degree.
I just love the whole theming of this. It's just tremendous. It feels so spooky. This area here reminds me of Phantom Manor, especially when there's nobody around and you're sort of just walking through the queue. It's very, very, very themed, and I like that.
And also, I was just going to mention, like, the California one changing to Guardians of the Galaxy. But if you go to Disneyland Paris, you can still ride the California version there.
And yes, if you ask nicely and nobody complains, they will even run it in English.
Well,
so you have
we've not asked for that, so I don't have.
Well, we'll have to bring a whole group of our English-speaking friends and ask nicely, and we'll see if that's true. We've been told it's true. Oh, I love this. This is the highlight. Bellhop Stitch was waiting for us at the end of the ride.
I thought this was so cute. I don't know if I've noticed him before, and everybody's like, I want a Bellhop Stitch. Everybody loves Stitch. And then we rode Toy Story Midway Mania. It says it has an hour wait. You were able to get fast passes for all of these.
All of this was the day before. Right. Now, this is new to us. I don't know how long it's been here. And I know they've been putting in these new videos in some of the attractions.
Explaining how the ride works.
Right. Even Rock and Roller Coaster has one of these things. We haven't been on it yet, but I've seen pictures of it. So I guess it's a new thing they're putting in. And it's very cute. I think it's very well done.
I thought it was nice as well. We had even with the fast pass, line, we were able to take in the videos because they're on 3 or 4 different screens.
Always love Midway Mania. And, this is going to sort of work into what we're talking about next, because next we're talking about another shoot-'em-up type ride at Legoland. So it's a perfect segue. But anyway, we had a great time at Hollywood Studios. It was good to catch up on things. Hopefully we'll get back soon. And, it's always evolving, so you never know what you're going to see.
Especially Disney's Hollywood Studios.
So let's talk about Ninjago at Legoland. Just recently opened. We were there for the grand opening.
So Lego Ninjago, this is Lego Ninjago World, but I think we're going to be talking more about Lego Ninjago the ride.
Correct.
And this attraction already is in California, and to me, this is maybe the best, if you call them a shoot 'em up ride, although it doesn't have a gun. for me, this is probably the best of the best at this point.
Right, the best interactive shooting type ride. And you also have Men in Black at Universal Orlando and Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin all over the world. But what makes this different is you don't have a gun, you're using your hands, fully your hands.
And the funny thing is, in comparison to the other attractions, except for Men in Black, this, even though I'm using my hands and my arms and I'm waving them for a few minutes like wildly, my hands and my arms don't hurt so much, like, when you're pulling on something.
Oh boy, yes, yeah.
Or pushing on something,
Right, because it's just kind of shooting into the air.
Right.
It's very fun, and the repeatability is incredible because different things, every time we rode, we went on 4 times, and different things happened all 4 times. And if the ride slows down because there's a slowdown with loading or something, they have it programmed where you can continue to play. You don't even know that there is a delay.
Ride stops, and that's crazy because I had no idea if we were slowing or if we, you're firing all of these. So I think the technology here is fantastic. And if you get over to Legoland, I think this is probably their best attraction now. That's my opinion.
It's my favorite. It was so much fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait. I highly look forward to playing again. It's addictive.
Absolutely. I can't wait to get over there.
And they have a meet and greet also.
Right, and this is Kai the Ninja. They had at least one other character also who met here. So, and it's not only, they actually have a whole
a whole world.
Right. So it's like a land, and so we're not showing every bit of it. This is the piece de resistance, is that what you would call it?
There you go. And it's getting closer and closer, but now we're going to talk about Disneyland Paris 25th anniversary.
Well, that's very exciting because we'll be there in a couple of months for that.
Very exciting.
And it actually kicks off on March 26th. They are going to have, and this is not, I don't know if you'd call this part of the anniversary, the Hyperspace Mountain that they will be adding.
Right. Well, it's happening as part of the anniversary. So I guess you could say it debuts on the 8th, right, of April?
Yes, April 8th. But the funny thing is, it's like you have the Season of the Force happening there, but it's ending at about the same time that the Hyperspace Mountain will be coming.
So tell me about Hyperspace Mountain. What do we know? I know we've been on the Hyperspace Mountain at Disneyland, and that is very well done. I've ridden Space Mountain Mission 2 at Disneyland Paris, and it's a wild ride. So do we know, have they announced any details about this one?
I have not seen a ton of details, so we know it'll open on April 8th, and I'm sure they'll keep adding more information as we get closer to that date.
Well, if it's anything like Mission 2, I recommend sitting in the very front car if you want to protect your head from banging onto it can get a little rough towards the bumpy back. But it's a great ride, and I do love it. Also, the new parade. Tell me about the new parade.
Well, the new parade is Disney Stars on Parade, and you'll have Maleficent as the steampunk dragon, just as we have.
Very familiar looking Maleficent.
Yes. But then you also have Tinkerbell and Toy Story, and Mickey and Friends, I guess, will be like explorers of the future, but we'll see if, we'll see exactly how that goes.
Well, there's some concept art that just came out, and it's the Frozen float. I believe you have Olaf there, and Anna and Elsa, and a whole bunch of other ones. So it does look very Festival of Fantasy-like to me. It looks like it'll be a great fit to that parade.
Disneyland Paris.
What we've seen.
Right now they have Disney Magic on Parade, and they're going to Disney Stars on Parade.
I love Disney Magic on Parade. I do too. It's very catchy. It's a great parade. All the parades there have been wonderful, so I can't wait for this one.
And we'll hopefully get to see the Disney Magic on Parade one more time, and then Disney Stars on Parade the next day.
That's right.
And here are Mickey and Minnie. This is their costumes for the not for the parade, but for the anniversary itself.
Sort of like Disneyland had special costumes for all the main characters for the 60th anniversary. So very exciting. I can't wait to see all of the outfits.
And we can't wait to bring coverage of not only the parade and the characters, but also there's going to be a couple of shows.
Not to mention Disney Illuminations, which takes the place of a Disney Dream. So that'll be very exciting too.
But it will be nothing like Illuminations at Epcot, so that will be fun to
that's
see
very true.
what they come up with.
Excellent point. So anyway, the year to be there. Can't wait. 25th anniversary of Disneyland Paris. Thanks very much to our sponsors, MEI Travel and Mousefan Travel.
They are our official travel agency, so definitely check them out. Sign up for their e-newsletter. And speaking of newsletters,
the allears.net weekly newsletter. Check them out. All sorts of great information every week. Go to the show notes for full details on how to subscribe. Thanks so much. That is another show. We'll have all sorts of exciting stuff coming next week, including Paddlefish will be there for the
I can't
preview of the Paddlefish. We have a special surprise coming up, a character breakfast we're going to be doing this week, so that'll be exciting.
And we'll be heading to the Magic Kingdom. I believe that will be Monday. And also painting a cell. We signed up for classes at the Epcot Festival of the Arts. So
I
that
can't
should be
wait
fun.
to do that. Yeah, the cell painting class. So big doings this week. Thanks again. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.